So, the BBC reported earlier that a large number of women in China's re-education camp in Xinjiang were inhumanely treated or even sexually assaulted by the local police. The so-called witnesses were, however, unable to provide substantive evidence to prove the incidents claimed were true. According to the report, a woman named Suni Sawudan claimed to have been detained in the re-education camp for 9 months and is currently settled aside in the United States. She claimed that she has witnessed women were being sterilized and are sexually abused by multiple men every day. But if the above accusations are true, it is really not that difficult to provide reliable medical evidence to prove so. So why has the BBC not taken any initiative to seek further evidence? BBC did, at the end of the show, reported that there are no substantive evidence for the above statement. The only proof they have is by comparing her travel documents and immigration records to match out the timeline. They also claim they believed her because the description of the camp matches the satellite imageries and the abuse described were consistent with other detainees. As one of the most reputable media, it is such a pity that the BBC did not fulfill the obligation of a responsible media before making such accusations. These so-called crimes against humanity should never be reported casually without any reliable evidence. In this particular case, anyone could easily create a travel document from in and out of Xinjiang. So if the BBC simply built up its argument upon one set of travel documentations and some blurrish, unconfirmed imageries of the so-called abusive re-education camp, do you still think it is still reliable and trustworthy? Well, as a Chinese national myself, I found it extremely unfair and disrespectful to my country. On top of that, the so-called satellite image and allegations against the re-education camp in Xinjiang are easily accessible online. So based on BBC's argument, if I ask some 5-year-olds to describe what is in the photo and talk her through what has happened there like you tell your kids their bedtime story, they could then later claim themselves as a victim of the re-education camp by the BBC. Does that sound right to you? In 2019 and 2020, many reporters from the BBC visited the re-education camp in Xinjiang and conducted several site visits, but they did not refute or question the interviewees. Whether the BBC report is to defend human rights or discredit China is again doubtful. Otherwise, it is difficult to explain why Britain's national media broadcast company would make such a rough and unconfirmed report. So what I want to say is, it is really not that hard to find information these days, and it is simply rather ignorant to think China would not fight back against such allegations. As our Foreign Ministry spokesperson Hua Chunying says, the era when foreign powers can open the door to China with just a few cannons is gone. Gone are the days when a few so-called scholars and media colluded with the government to smear and attack China without any punishment. I'd advise them not to underestimate the Chinese people's determination to defend national interest and national dignity. Watch out, I'm Nixie Lam, former district councillor in Hong Kong. I'm here to change your misconception about China. Stay tuned and be nice.